Hey yo, what's the deal with the people who reside in the Chico barracks? And if you're new, no stripes yet, you're just a viewer of the tube. My name is Tyler, the host of the crypto channel that always is a party when you would least expect it. You know our Antarctic all-nighter. It's time for Chico Crypto. Well, I'm sure many Ethereum developer teams are staying up all night thinking about the results of a certain competition that could rocket them into the crypto spotlight. What competition? The Great Reddit Scaling Bake-Off. First, what exactly is the competition? Well, it was put on by Reddit in collaboration with the Ethereum Foundation, with one goal for the teams to accomplish: to scale Ethereum for Reddit's community point system. Reddit in May of this year announced a system which they coined a new frontier, and from their explainer, they are a way to own pieces of communities by contributing work to that community within Reddit, a subreddit. As we can see below within the In the Blockchain section, it says community points exist on the Ethereum blockchain and are stored as standard ERC20 tokens. So initially, they rolled out this point system to two subreddits to test: our cryptocurrency, which has Moon tokens, and our Fortnite BR, which has bricks. Now, the community point systems were launched and are still existing on the Ethereum RinkB testnet, with plans to move over to the mainnet. And as we can see from the announcement, they said they would be on the RinkB testnet only through summer 2020. Well, we are coming up on the end of summer, September 22nd to be exact. So even if they wanted to launch the community point system right now or by that date for just the two subreddits, it would be unsustainable with how current Ethereum transaction fees are. So they launched the competition, and it was announced on the Ethereum subreddit with all the details, the rules, how to apply, and who would be accepting the applications. In total, 22 contenders and teams submitted a scaling solution, and today I would like to go through, in my opinion, the top contenders and pick who I think is going to bring home the bacon. So first, who were the teams that submitted a solution? A lot of big names that I have categorized: Tokenless with no plans for one, Tokenless now but plans for one in the future, and a token. So let's begin with the tokenless and no plans for one now. That is Abridged, Arbitrum, Aztec, Connext, Hubble Project, Matter Labs, and Starkware. Next is the tokenless now but plans for one in the future. Those are Everest, Fuel Labs, Near, and Scale. And finally, there are the ones with a token. Those are Seller, Diap Solutions, Dragon Chain, Matic Network, Meter, Minter, OMG, Raiden, Solana, Syscoin, and XDAI. What I found to be interesting about all the submissions was there was no Cosmos entry or Ethermint. Does that mean it's not close to being ready? But out of the actual submissions and breaking them down into categories, the point I'm trying to get across is it could be a big bummer in the summer for the solutions with a token, as about 50% of the submissions are tokenless or tokenless right now. So don't put your all eggs into a basket thinking a coin might win. Based on statistics, there is a 50% chance any coin won't win. But since we are a cryptocurrency-based channel talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polkadot, and the network's tokens, we hope a token wins. So out of the tokens, which one do we think has the best chance of winning? Well, let's look into them and categorize these on how they are attempting to scale. We have Plasma and sidechains from Amisego, OMG. We have state channels from Raiden. We have an EVM-compatible sister chain with XDAI based on proof of authority. We have proof-of-stake sidechains with Matic Network. We have combination of state channels and roll-up sidechains with Seller. And we have scaling with their own separate blockchain or hybrid blockchain solutions with Diap Solutions, Dragon Chain, Solana, Meter, Minter, and Syscoin. So based on their solution, we should be able to theoretically figure out which ones don't have a chance, as that technology isn't there yet or it can't do what the competition is asking for. So what is the competition asking for? Well, from the goal in that announcement, it says, our goal is to find a solution that will support hundreds of thousands of community points users on mainnet today and can eventually scale to all of Reddit's 430 million monthly users. So it's got to be on the Ethereum mainnet or really closely connected, which I really don't get how some of the projects attempting to push it onto their blockchain would win, as EVM compatibility for many of these projects are really in their initial stages. So personally, I would count out all the solutions attempting to scale with their own separate blockchain or a hybrid blockchain solution. Now let's go further into the Reddit announcement of what the demos for scaling should include. Number 1, a live proof of concept showing hundreds of thousands of transactions. Number 2, source code. Number 3, documentation. And number 4, a summary and cost resource information. So they want something that is robust, obviously, as they are looking to implement it soon. So the solution has to have some groundwork laid behind it, which is further reinforced in the section on usability. They say users shouldn't have to maintain any extra state or proofs. They shouldn't regularly have to monitor activity. They shouldn't have to keep track of extra keys, or they shouldn't have to sign anything other than their normal transactions. That means it should be very, very similar to Ethereum. And then in the section on interoperability, they say the solution should have compatibility with third-party apps, wallets, contracts, etc. is necessary. Simple is better. Learning an uncommon or proprietary language should not be necessary. Advanced knowledge of mathematics, cryptography, or L2 scaling should not be required. Compatibility with common utilities and tool chains is expected. Bonus points. Show us how it works. Do you have an idea for a cool new use case for community points? Build it. So that tells us a whole lot, as a lot of these third-party apps and contracts, aka smart contracts, need to scale as well. It can't just be for the transferring of tokens. So in my opinion, it can't be state channels from Raiden, and it can't be Plasma from Amisego OMG, as scaling smart contracts is only in the R&D phase. That leaves us with 3 tokens: Seller, Matic Network, and XDAI. Now, Seller's submission is good, but it's really based on state channel technology right now. The full scalability for Ethereum smart contracts comes with the launch of their hybrid proof-of-stake rollup sidechain, but it's not coming out until about 30 days, with another mainnet launch at the end of the year, so it's not ready. Much further off than what Reddit needs right now, so that leaves us with Matic and XDAI. And here is a nice breakdown of the 2 chains. We will go over the parts important for the competition. XDAI is a stable chain, while Matic is volatile. That is important, as paying for transactions could be predictable with XDAI, while on Matic it would be unknown and vary. Token structure is dual for XDAI with multi-staking capabilities, and Matic is a single token for staking and transactions on their chain. That is important as they are looking for the option to create mass amounts of tokens on the chain for multiple subreddits and communities. Interoperability for XDAI is 100% with the Ethereum mainnet, and no waiting periods, while Matic has partial interoperability for arbitrary data and a 7-day waiting period for Matic to ETH transfers. That right there is a big bummer, the interoperability with Ethereum. I'm no developer, but you would think for their full system to work, you would need full interoperability, especially if the third-party wallets and apps already use it. And the waiting is the hardest part. The token bridges XDAI have built are fully functional and have been for some time. No waiting. With Matic, sending Ethereum or ERC20s to Matic's layer has no wait, but coming back there is a 7-day wait as of right now. Now block times for XDAI are 5 seconds with 70 TPS with bi-directional scalability. Matic is 1 second block times and 7,000 TPS with horizontal scalability. Matic takes the cake on that, there is no doubt about that. So let's compare their submissions a bit deeper. Where were the tokens issued? The test tokens. Going to BlockScout on the XDAI Token Explorer, of course they have Reddit scaling test moons and test bricks on the chain. They demonstrated it could be done on the XDAI mainnet. But they also have hundreds of other tokens being issued on the chain from the likes of some interesting camps. On page 2, Honey from One Hive, Aragon Dev Team, China DAO, Aragon for China on XDAI, Powerpool USDC, a supposed Matic project, and even Compound and Yearn Finance. That's on the mainnet. Now going to Matic's submission thread, the team, as we can see, issued the tokens on their testnet, Mumbai, not the mainnet. Interesting. And what I also found interesting was Matic's Blockchain Explorer submitted to the competition. As you can see, it looks oh so similar to XDAI's, but no token cert function, unfortunately. But why does it look so similar? The same? Well, as you can see from Matic's GitHub, it was forked from the XDAI team, as BlockScout and POA are them. Finally, what I want to finish this episode off with is what Reddit said regarding the bonus points. They said, show us how it works. Do you have an idea for a cool new use case for community points? Build it. So bonus points if an actual use case was built. Well, Matic, they had a checklist of what they had accomplished. As we can see, that is TBD and not checked off. But as we can see from XDAI's Gitbook submission and walkthrough, they have the bonus right there with Xmoon and a video on the Xmoon's exchange, and the coming built with the tokens, all live on the mainnet right now. Yes, an actual use case, because if we go to XDAI's Explorer, we can see there is the moons on XDAI token, Xmoons, and these are taking the testnet moons from Ethereum Rinkeby that users are earning on the rCrypto subreddit and creating a scalable economy for them before they are even live on the mainnet. If that's not bonus points, I don't know what is. So obviously I think it's going to be XDAI. Matic is close, but they are not there yet in my opinion. I may be wrong, but this last piece leads me to believe it's XDAI. So back to the posting. The submissions were being sent to a certain persons. From the submission section, they say, to submit your proposal, please make a separate post in our Ethereum with your submission. Then either tag user Jarens and user Evan Van Ness in the comment or send us a PM with a link to your post. So who are these guys receiving the submissions? Well, user Jarens is a top Reddit admin who works with many of the subreddits, taking the lead on spreading this, while user Evan Van Ness is the one connected to Ethereum, as he has major ties to Consensus and the Foundation. So Jarens isn't going to know much about who is going to win. Evan would know that. What has Evan said recently? Well, just 6 days ago, he posted this on his YouTube channel in regards to Ethereum winning the blockchain wars. Let's listen in.
So I'm in the one chain accrues 80% of all value, and I think, you know, what should you think of? You should think of like Ethereum is probably 80% likely to win that. So the lead is quite large, but it's not insurmountable, right? There is a 20% chance, let's say, that, you know, Ethereum won't win. Current gas prices on Ethereum, for example, are rough, and they mean that some use cases will move to other chains. Something like a game can't really exist on mainnet Ethereum right now, and you can't run that on an optimistic rollup yet, or a state channel yet, really, in any scale. So you basically have to move to XDAI, as use that as a stopgap.
He said state channels, they won't work. Rollups, they won't work right now. The only option is XDAI to scale in the meantime, from the person who received the submissions. Cheers, viewers. I'll see you next time.